I think it really struck a chord as well, actually. I remember finding out that, I think at the time, was it 30 couples were looking to adopt a sibling group? And
There's a very small number of people in the
it was a
country.
tiny amount of people in the country looking to adopt a sibling group.
I'm one of four, and I always could envision to see myself having a family. So that's what really led me towards adoption. I wanted to have a family. I wanted to give my parents grandchildren. So I thought, right, well, why wait?
I think one of the big things was discovering that there's a child taken into care every 2 minutes. That was just so heartbreaking. It's something you can't really ignore. It brings tears to your eyes just to think about it.
We'd had IVF 2 times. Before doing IVF, we'd kind of talked about adopting, and then it just got to the point where we were like, we want to adopt, we don't want to carry on going through this IVF process.
And as soon as we started talking about the idea of adoption, we wanted to explore more the idea of adopting a sibling pair or a sibling group. That was really important to us. We wanted to make sure that we were helping siblings stay together.
I think especially as we found out during the process that there was a big need for that.
So the first time that we considered adopting both of them was, I think, when we saw the child parents report for Charlie, and we saw that he had a sibling that he was in foster care with, and we actually got to meet Oliver as with Charlie, and we saw, right, that's definitely something we want to consider doing and moving forward with. We just saw the bond and the love they had for each other.
We knew that we ultimately wanted more than one child, and so it just made sense to adopt a sibling group, because we also knew that there were loads of siblings out there that needed adopting.
Cara went in for 3. I knocked her down to 2.
Yeah, definitely.
But then almost immediately it went back up to 3.
It had been such a thorough process and had been a couple of years of our lives as well. I feel like we were just really, really ready for the next step. And so when it happened, it was exciting and it was huge, but it didn't feel like a massive shock.
Yeah.
Because we'd been spending so long preparing for it.
I remember sitting in the hotel room and just saying, how is this going to happen? You know, you've got 2 weeks and you spend a week kind of visiting them in their foster homes. And then the second week they come and visit you in your home. Like, how, at the end of those 2 weeks, are we going to be a family? How is it going to work? And it just does.
And then all of a sudden, you're sort of driving along and, you know, you've got some kids in the back of your car that are going to be yours forever. So it's quite, it's surreal.
And I can still remember when Charlie came home and Oliver was upstairs playing and Nathaniel was asking, who's upstairs? And I went, oh, go and see. And you just heard Charlie. It was just emotional, wasn't it? There was
Screaming,
he
wasn't
was
he?
screaming, and then it's hard to put into words, that kind of magic.
Our family went from 2 to 5 in a really short space of time. It just always felt quite natural. From the moment that I saw all of them, I feel that we bonded.
It's an exciting process. It's intrusive and it's daunting, but the end goal is just exciting. It's magical.
It's definitely worth adopting siblings.
Those kids need more families, don't they, to step up and go all the way through.